Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. I'm in London doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Christ Triumphant. The title today, Learning to Trust and Obey. The scripture reading comes from Numbers 14, verses 15 and 16. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness. The Lord had fulfilled the word that he spoke to Abraham when he declared that after the children of Israel had been in bondage 400 years, he would deliver them. Yet here, on the border of the promised land, they dishonored him by giving way to unbelief. We shall be brought into strait places, but we do not want to wait until then before we learn to trust and obey. Now, just now, is our day of opportunity and privilege. When the light of truth is shining upon us, we are to learn the lesson. Let us plead with God to give us a true conception of his character and a willingness to obey him. We are to stand in the strength and power of Israel's God. Shall we do it, brethren and sisters? Or shall we murmur, complain, looking at the obstacles in the way and making a mountain out of a molehill? Today, God gives his people, to confirm their faith, evidences of his power such as he gave to Israel. Will they make these evidences of no effect? Will they act as if God had not wrought in their behalf? The Lord wants us to acknowledge his power and his grace and his great salvation, which he has brought us at an infinite cost in the death of his only begotten Son. We are living in a day of trial, a day of probation, a day of test. God is proving his people to see whether he can work in their behalf. He cannot work for them if they open their hearts to the impulses of the enemy. He cannot cooperate with them if they trust in human beings in the place of looking to Jesus and rejoicing in his goodness and his love. He wants to make of us a people through whom he can reveal his grace. And he will do this if we will only give him opportunity. If we will open the windows of the soul heavenward and close them earthward against human rabble, against murmuring, complaining, and fault-finding. Those who today murmur against God's appointed agencies, weakening the confidence of the people in them, are doing the same work that the children of Israel did. The Lord hears every murmuring word. He hears every word that detracts from the influence of those whom he is using to proclaim the truth, that is, to prepare a people to stand in the last days. Learning to trust and obey. This is referring back again to the people of Israel being brought out of Egypt, where they were complaining about us being slaves and we're working hard and etc., etc., being brought out and taken into the wilderness, where they complained that they weren't getting the food they had in Egypt, that they were only eating the manna every single day, and that they didn't have water at the time they needed the water, but then he gave them water. They complained to Moses saying, have you brought us out here to die out here? We have our own tests, we have our own trials. The enemy has known us, the whole of humankind, for 6,000+ years. He knows you, he knows me, before we were conceived, because he knew our parents. He knew the traits our parents have that would be passed on to us. He knows our shortcomings. He knows our weaknesses. He knows how to tempt us, to try us. But God knows us also. And God will allow us to be tested and tried. But keep this in mind, God will never take us into a situation without bringing us through that situation. But we need to trust him. And when we try and do it ourselves, that's where we fall short. Trust and obey. There is no other way to be happy in Jesus and to trust and obey.